I've experienced 3 mass resignations.
Massive exodus na. Alam mo
Massive,
kasi
massive exodus.
nag-speak ako sa inyo eh.
Yeah.
As in, the next time I spoke again, wala na akong kilala. Parang isa or dalawa na lang.
It's been a rough ride, but fulfilling. It's amazing how you experience God's faithfulness, especially on the times kasi na mahirap. God's presence and guidance, doon na ma-magnify pag hirap ka eh.
Hey, this is Jason Lo and welcome to The Unique Life. I just came from a speaking engagement. That's why I'm all dressed up and it's a bit noisy. But we are here and we found a corner to be with my good friend, our special guest, none other than Sean C. His book, akala ko, Millionaire at 22, CEO pala at 22, nakalimutan ko na. No? I have multiple copies of your books. I gave multiple copies away. But he also became a millionaire at 22 years old. And madalas pinag-uusapan sa mga interviews yung mga nangyari, how they became successful, ano yung mga behind the scenes. Pero rarely pinag-uusapan yung mga talagang nangyari. And we'll touch on that and so much more. So Sean, welcome. It's great having you.
Thank you for having me here, Jason. It's a privilege, great privilege to be with you. And I'm excited din kasi alam kong may matututunan din ako as well as enjoying the podcast. And we've come full circle kasi alam ko ikaw yung isa sa mga unang guests ko sa podcast ko.
Oo nga, no, hindi pa ka ever nag-guest, no? Kasi malayo yung lugar nyo in the South.
No, but nung pandemic, sa Zoom.
Online.
Online.
Yes. But yung live, no? Even yung when I had a show in radio, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is a long time coming.
Yeah, full circle.
Oh. So what have you been up to lately? I know you've been active in JCI and the campaigns that you're making.
Yeah, so JCI Manila has taken up a huge chunk of my time kasi when you commit there, and it's a non-profit organization, volunteer kami lahat.
Yeah.
So your only currency is your reputation. So pag nag-commit ka, kailangan gawin mo and do your best.
Yeah.
Kasi you don't do this forever. It's an organization that you can join only up until you're 40. So pag 41 ka na, hindi ka na member, associate ka na.
Interesting.
So, being a director there, incoming 2025 director, ngayon pa lang dami ng planning kasi it's December. So we have to plan na the whole year.
Yeah.
So marami din ako natututunan. Actually, the main reason why I joined is to learn. Because being an entrepreneur and I handle almost a handful of companies, I want to learn for myself how to run a board of directors. Because my companies, ako nag-start eh. So, hindi pa ako ever naka-join sa isang board of director, even as an advisor. I have no idea. So, now that we're having our board meetings, I actually have a better idea of what goes on or what should be done.
Board meetings of your own company?
No, of GCI Manila.
Oh, of GCI Manila.
Yeah. So, we started board meetings na this December.
Right.
Someday, my corporations, I'll form din mga board of directors. Either appointed or pwedeng may share grown from within board member, pwedeng ganon, di ba? Pero we all want to retire someday, di ba? Kahit ako magre-resign din ako as CEO someday. So these things I really wanted to learn. So that's what I'm mostly busy with, and then next year hopefully masimulan ko na yung holdings company ko. Because I'm holding 5 corporations na eh. Kaya kailangan ko na siya itahiin para yung finances cohesive na siya sa isang holdings company.
Right. And it's interesting, no? Kasi you can do that, volunteer and be more active sa JCI because you have passive income already in your business.
Yeah.
And how long did it take for you to start having a significant, in a sense, passive income for you to have more free time doing things that you love without getting paid for it?
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't say it's completely passive. Kasi I still go to the office. Although a lot less. But also, the fact that I'm head of sales and marketing, wala namang pera sa office eh. So, talagang mas bihira dapat ako sa office.
Kwento ko lang na si Sean, parang he was doing a presentation na di ko alam, I forgot, is it a coffee shop or something
Yeah.
else. Tapos my wife was there
CCF.
sa CCF.
CCF.
Oo,
Citas,
sa
coffee
lobby
shop.
ba yun? Gabi, pati CCF, nagpe-present ka. So, nagka-coffee yung wife ko. Tapos narinig niya, sabi niya, ito, si ano ba to? Shansi. Sa narinig niya yung buong pitch. Grabe siya magbenta, mag-pitch, ha? She saw you in action. Di ba? So, tapos, she took,
Nakaya.
sabi ko, si Shan nga yan. Walang kaduda-duda.
Yeah.
Kaya,
It's you know, to be honest, the journey to growing SEO hacker, which is my main bread and butter. It's the one that funded the other concepts that I have. 14 years old na siya kasi I started 2010. So next year's gonna be our 15th year on April. And it's been a rough ride, but fulfilling. It's amazing how you experience God's faithfulness, especially on the times kasi na mahirap. I mean, God's presence and guidance, doon na ma-magnify pag hirap ka eh. And I've experienced 3 mass resignations.
massive exodus na. Alam mo, kasi
Massive exodus.
nag-speak ako sa inyo eh.
Yeah.
As in, the next time I spoke again, wala na akong kilala. Parang isa or dalawa na lang.
Yeah. So, ano siya? You know, being a services, high knowledge service company, which is SEO and digital marketing, my main assets are my people.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to train them
Right.
and make them prepared and equipped for the work that has to be done for our clients. And these are big name clients.
Yeah.
We have SM used to be our client. Mega World, Shangri-La Malls is our client right now. So these are just some of the brands we work with. And if you fail, may palpak ka, talagang, you know, you're gonna hear from them. And these are big contracts. So you don't wanna fail in these in the services you're giving them. So we really have a process of training. But before, in my first 6 years, wala yun. Wala akong hiring process, wala akong training process. Core values ko, I had to scrap everything and rewrite them twice. So now, when you say na passive income, and I say semi-passive income, it's because may system na ako that's working.
Right.
So I started with the hiring process. I prolonged the hiring process. And I made it more difficult so that we can ensure a cultural fit. Yun ang number 1 na importante sa amin. Culture fit.
Yeah.
Second, of course, is skilled ba? Kasi pag hindi yan skilled, nag-hire ka pa. Diba? So,
Kung lang gumawa.
Oo, sana ikaw nagawa. Culture fit and then skills. Diba? So, and then the rest follows na. Kasi matututunan naman yun along the way. So, once the hiring is done, the onboarding, 2 weeks.
Yung you mentioned, bago tayo pumunta dyan, yung massive exodus mo. No?
Yeah.
Ano yung mga balagay mong things na ikaw mismo, yung parang maybe it's you,
Yeah.
and it's them.
Yeah.
And then what are those things na it's you na kaya ganun yung nangyari?
Correct.
And then ano yung mga things that you've adjusted along the way?
Correct. To give a good context to answer that question, I graduated Lasal, 28 failing units ako.
Yeah.
IT. So wala akong management background, wala akong leadership background. And I worked for HP 5 months lang. So grassroots. Completely no background in how to handle people.
Yeah.
Except for church.
Which is one of the best training
One of the
grounds.
best training grounds,
Oh.
right? So, being active in the ministry from youth all the way to when I graduated, doon ako natuto how to handle people. But that's about it. Wala akong corporate na experience. So, I think there's a huge failure on my part when it came to making sure that I have a culture that is intentional. So, I would hire people like this. Kailangan ko ng bagong writer. Pa-interview ka nga, may kilala ka ba? Ay, mali na yun. Kasi yung yung pool of hires ko, napakaliit. Nag-system lang siya sa kilala-kilala. And then, pag nakausap ko, of course, best foot forward naman sa interview eh. So, it's just one interview and then I hired the person na. Another very big mistake. And then, since I'm the sales guy, the main salesperson, I'm always out. So, all companies have culture, specific culture intact. But the question is your culture intentional or is it wild?
Yeah.
Wild grown. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo siya shinake. So, those 3 mass resignations / mutinies, ano siya?
May mutiny pa, ha?
Oo, meron, bro.
So nagkaisa sila, sabay-sabay tayo mag-resign.
May time. May
Pakirapan natin tong kumpanyang
ito, ngayon ko lang share. May isa akong tao, nag-overnight sila dun sa isang home. One of the homes of another one of my teammates. So, si person 1 and person 2 yung bahay niya.
Yeah.
Si person 1, dun sa bahay ni person 2, kasama yung mga ibang tao ko dun. Ano lang sila, fun overnight. Kasi bata pa eh.
Yeah.
20 plus pa lang. Sa 20 plus pa lang ako, I don't hire people older than me during that time. Kasi I don't know how to handle them. Sabi ni person 1, ito yung kinikita ng SEO hacker. Oh. Kinompute niya. Sabi niya, ito yung mga salaries natin. Sabi niya, ano nangyayari dito sa the rest? Hindi naman niya alam lahat ng binabayaran kong bills eh. Online software, ads namin, electric bills, rent, tubig. Mga hindi niya kinompute lahat yun. So parang pinapalabas niya dun sa the rest.
Underpaid sila.
Niya siya, no? Underpaid tayo. Di ba? So, that sparked the poison. Yun yung first mass resignation ko na experience. So, could I have stopped that? I think there were some things that I could have done if I intentionally built the culture and was more present in the office. But looking back, what I could have done differently is hire salespeople muna. Because I didn't hire salespeople until the 10th year of SEO Hacker. So from year 1 to 10, ako lang ang sales.
Yeah.
Wala nang iba. So I was always out. Always out. So my culture, wild grown.
Kasi hindi ka nakaka-stay sa office long enough.
Yeah.
But it's good also, no? You mentioned about culture fit. Diba? Simply put, hindi sila fit sa culture nyo kung gano'n ang attitude mo, di ba?
Yeah.
So, mas better na before, I'm sure masakit siya. Pero ngayon parang, ay salamat, wala na kayo kasi sakit ng ulo, binigay nyo na lang sa'yo.
Correct. So, nag-self-purge siya.
What did you feel nung nangyari? Nagalit ka? Knowing you mo ang nagalit ka, no?
Well,
pero ano yung naramdaman mo?
I think I wouldn't say na hindi yung nagalit. Probably nagalit ako, pero napakabilis niya. Kasi biglang sumipa yung, shucks, ang dami kong kliyente na kailangan kong alagaan. Wala nang tao.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time to really be angry.
You felt betrayed.
I felt betrayed. That one, yun mas masakit yun.
Yeah.
Angry, parang napakabilis lang. Kasi I had to make ways to be able to serve my clients pa rin.
Yeah.
And I had big name clients na during that time.
Yeah.
So the good thing about that is, and this is what I tell a lot of starting entrepreneurs, is when I started SEO Hacker, I was a one-man team. So I can do everything.
Yeah.
From the writing, conceptualization, blogs, link building, lahat.
So alam mo lahat.
Alam ko lahat.
Kung ginagawa niya yung trabaho niya.
Correct.
Hinahouse-show ka nito.
Yes.
Di ba?
Kung may bago kong hire sasabihin sa akin, sir, ito 8 hours para matapos. Alam ko kagad na, hindi, 1 hour lang yan, tapos dapat yan, di ba?
Right.
So, when I had to restart, it was difficult, but it wasn't seemingly impossible task na nagka-anxiety ako. Hindi ako nagkaganon.
Yeah.
So, one of the things about my growing up is na-instill yung resilience talaga sa akin. So, never ako nagpanic as an entrepreneur. And also, faith has a lot to do with it.
Definitely.
During the time na wala na akong mapapasweldo kasi hindi nagbayad sa akin yung isang kliyente na malaki sa big TV network, I got down on my knees and prayed.
Parang kilala ko yan. Hindi na nagbayad sa akin yan.
Sino?
Actually, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin bayad.
Talaga?
Ito, go ahead.
So, sabi ko, Lord, ano ba gagawin ko? So, I prayed. Then I sent a demand letter. Wala na akong choice eh. But you know, during that day, may tumawag sa akin. Sabi niya, Sean, may re-refer ako sa yung client non-profit. Meet kayo next week. I called it up. We
Same
met.
The one who didn't pay you?
No.
Oh, iba?
Iba to.
Okay.
High school classmate ko to.
Cool.
Tapos, that non-profit, Australian non-profit company, paid 6 digits cheque kagad. So, na-save ko yung company.
Galing.
So, it's not just about my resilience, but also my faith.
This
Very
was
important.
on the what year of your company?
This was
Yung nangyari.
somewhere 2012.
So, mga ano ka doon, 4 years, more or less.
Oh, 2013 kasi magtitinghon ako noon eh.
Ah,
2013.
ano yan? Mga parang give or take 3-4 years pa lang yung company mo.
Oh, 3 years.
Yung bago tayo pumunta dun sa next Exodus, no? Di ba, first one? When sumipa yung company mo, anong year?
I would say yung talagang I felt like kaya ko na siyang bitawan ng mas, mas maluwag.
Yeah.
2017 nag-start.
2017. And then yun na yung medyo nagpipick up na talaga, sales and everything.
Yeah, because SEO is not really a mainstream thing. 2010 ako nag-start eh. Actually, companies didn't care about digital marketing then.
Right.
Facebook ads were like 2 centavos per click eh.
Yeah.
So, it's super cheap. And one of the first companies that we know na sikat na nag-trust sa akin, freelancer lang ako noon, Uratex. Tiwala sila. And they're very Uratex.
Uratex.
Yeah. They're very innovative kasi they wanted SEO na. 2010.
Yeah.
Sabi ko, grabe yung Uratex talagang, they are forward-looking, forward-thinking company.
Correct.
5 years ko silang sinerve and we were able to rank number 1 for the keyword foam, monoblock chair, sofa bed, etc. And from 2010 to 2017, I was just really learning the ropes. So 2010 to 2015, more firefighting kasi ang daming nag-resign. Yan. Kailangan mo i-replace. And then learning din in the process. What do I do? How do I prevent this? Usually pag may problem, ang entrepreneur dapat, ang inisip kagad niya, long-term solution. And I'm very big on culture. I've always been reading sila John Maxwell, Patrick Lencioni, and si Good to Great, Built to Last.
Yeah. Jim Collins.
So, it's something that I really wanted to establish.
Right.
So, nung medyo nakaluwag ako, kasi mas bumalik akong BF eh. When I got married 2014, I had to go to QC, live there 3 years. So, 2014 to 2017, I was working off-site. So, mas hindi pa ako present sa office.
Yeah.
So, the culture is difficult pa rin, wild-grown pa rin. 2017, when I finally was able to buy a house in BF and I got back, doon na talaga nag-start na yung culture namin, hinihigpitan ko na, minomold ko na talaga siya. And then, when the pandemic hit, 2020, nakaset na. So, hindi kami nagpanic na lockdown, work from home. May work from home na kami na process talaga in place.
Right.
So, it's when I say it, na parang 10 years, 14 years, parang it sounds madali, no? Pero, it's a roller coaster ride, to be honest.
Yan yung kailangan maintindihan ng mga tao sa business.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, mahirapan ka talaga.
Yeah.
And if hindi ka pa dumating sa point na you wanna give up your business or close it, then maybe you haven't really experienced
Yeah,
diba?
actually.
Also the rewards that you can get.
Yeah.
Diba? Hindi mo pa na-reach yung full potential mo sa business or kumbaga, hindi ka pa umaabot dun sa breakthrough na point wherein you cannot break through without breaking it.
Yeah.
So, umabot ka, I know, maraming times na you felt like, di ba, breaking, the relationships.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed, no? Dahil galing lang yung pandemic, nagkukwentuhan tayo. Yeah, kasi yung maganda, no, if you have friends, si Sean kasi is one of those. Yung pag nag-uusap kami, ito lang makikita mo kung kaibigan mo talaga. Pag tinanong mo, kamusta ka? Pag sumugat ng okay lang, tapos na yung conversation.
Oh.
Pero yung pag nag-uusap kami, walang okay lang ito yung nangyayari, ito yung ganyan. Kanina, ganyan pa kasi. And then when he has a problem, which, di ba, you shared it. Lahat naman tayo nagka-problema ng pandemic.
Yeah.
But then, after that, no, mga less than a year, you bounced back again. Yung sinasama kaninang second exodus mo, ano naman nangyari doon?
Well, the second and third is...
Teka, 3 beses ba?
3 beses.
Alam ko sa beses na.
3 beses. The second and third was still between my first 5 years. First 6 years. So it's really... I don't remember the details anymore. Because after the first one, parang you're used to it na eh.
Manhid ka na.
Oo, medyo manhid na.
Ina-expect mo na, no? Na pag nangyari, you know what to do.
Yes. And alam mo na. Exactly, you know what to do. So the second and third one is, I would say, mostly because nasa QC ako nakatira. And hindi ako nakakamadala sa office. I couldn't go there daily. Not even thrice a week. I'm there twice a week at most sa office. So I expected talaga that the culture will grow wild again. But I
Right.
had no choice. I cannot be the COO as well who is running the day-to-day operations. Sa akin, may job description. They see me, whenever I'm in the office, they see me working on my laptop kasi nakaupo ako sa public space. Kasama nila lahat.
Yeah.
And then I would do town hall meetings once a week. That's it. So, kahit papano, hindi naman siya parang sobrang bad culture. But it's a wild culture pa rin. Hindi nabantayan mabuti. So, when 2017 came, yun talaga yung isa sa mga pinaka-goal ko nung year na yun. To make sure that the culture is intact. From the
Right.
hiring process, to the onboarding, to the core values, how we uphold it, not just writings on the wall. I wrote everything. And then some of them, I turned to videos na. And right now, I don't need to be in the office na talaga. Kasi it's working on its own.
So may may sales ka na.
Sales, meron na. Na rin. Pero I'm still the main guy.
Is still, of course, the big clients. No?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
next year, Q1, I have my 90-day rocks, we call them. Next year, Q1, I have a mandate to hire my replacement. So head of sales and head of marketing.
You know, nakakausap ko si Rex Mendoza.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a lot older than us. He's in his senior years.
Yeah.
Yun din eh. Yung parang sometimes yung passive income can be a myth eh. Na I can make money and iiwan ko na yan. Pero hindi mo siya talaga iiwan. You have to oversee.
Yeah.
And yan na yan ang sinabi niya. Sabi niya, I'm still needed in my company.
Yeah.
He has been there for 30 years.
Yeah.
For big clients or
Yeah.
clients na hindi kayang i-handle siguro ng mga younger dun sa team niya.
Yeah.
So he would be the one to talk to them. And these are people na, di ba, clients na probably nasa billions or something
Yeah.
because of the nature of his business.
Yes.
Di ba? Sa money market and everything, the investments.
Yeah.
So, ang importante is you mentioned about culture fit, looking for the right people,
Yeah.
June Collins,
Yeah.
and put them in the right seat in the bus, no? And then for those na hindi fit dun sa culture, then hindi naman ibig sabihin masama sila.
Yeah.
Ibig lang sabihin na you're doing them a service as well,
Yeah.
na baka better na sa ibang company sila.
Correct.
And you look for those people na talagang aligned
Yeah.
yung values sa
Yes.
inyo.
That's right.
And Sean, no, ikaw, ano yung I know there's many, ano yung masasabi mo pinaka-difficult na experience mo sa business na you don't normally share? You don't share openly.
Pinaka-difficult? Recently, so I shared kanina yung di ako binayaran ng malaking TV, malaking company.
Tago na natin sa... Okay.
So that for me was the lowest point because I broke down in tears, knelt down and prayed. And a miracle happened. Recently, I would say difficult, not as heartbreaking as that experience, but difficult is when clients don't I can't say na they don't appreciate and understand eh. Kasi every month kami nagsasubmit ng report. And very clear yung reports namin. Ito yung rankings mo last month, ito yung rankings mo this month, ito yung traffic mo last month, ito yung traffic mo this month. So very clear. Ang ganda ng trajectory, ang ganda ng trabaho. Pero they would say, can you make it cheaper? Or can you give us a further discount? Or pwedeng ilibre mo itong isang website namin. We charge per site per month. So it's very, very difficult when they lowball you. And then you know that they're making so much money from what you do. Diba? Kasi my business is all about making sure my clients make a lot of money. Because they rank in Google number 1.
Correct.
So, yun, for me parang it's painful to have clients like that. So, to tell you what happened, we fired the client. Sabi namin, we don't do that. We don't do lowball prices. If you want, you can go back to your supplier before when you weren't ranking for anything.
Gano'ng katagal yung sila naging client?
1 year lang, Singapore.
1 year.
Mga Singaporeans.
Actually, yung sasabihin ko na unahan mo lang ako na parang you can also fire your client.
Yeah.
Kasi yung culture fit, hindi lang fit sa within your company but also with a client. Di ba meron tayong mga star clients?
Yeah.
Yung hindi naman kasi sa ano lang sa kanilang budget.
Yeah.
Pero yung clients na church, di ba? You volunteer, hindi naman tayo binabayaran dyan, but you love doing it for them.
Correct.
And then there are those na who would really appreciate you.
Yeah.
So okay ka sa ganun and yet we have clients din naman on the other end of the spectrum na yung iba naman malaki yung budget. Pero parang pag you're working with them, parang kang duck na nakangiti ka sa pero yung nagpapaddle ka sa ilalim na so difficult.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Draining.
Okay na, sige, kahit na wag niyo na lang kami kunin. And then meron yung pinaka-worst. Hindi ka na tinatrato ng okay. Hindi ka pa binabayaran ng okay.
Yeah, actually. There are those clients.
And you can always fire those clients.
Yeah.
And then look for the star clients.
Yeah.
It's interesting yung sinabi mo, na you knelt down, you cried, you knelt down and prayed. No? How, sa business mo, ilang beses mong ginawa yan? Yung talagang nag-breakdown ka, di ba? Tapos, feeling mo, wala nang solusyon. Si God na talaga.
I think twice, but that first one was yung pinaka talagang, wala na akong out eh. Because I had like 10,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
And 13 people to pay. So I've never loaned from friends and family. I've never loaned from the bank during that point. Kaya medyo na-stress ako talaga. Kasi ayokong miram eh. Loaning is not something I want to do. Especially if it's for business. I would loan to purchase property assets. But I wouldn't loan to run the operations of my business. I think that's a bad idea.
Until now, you don't do that?
I don't do that. The reason why I don't do that is because we're a service company. So when we make money, it just sits in the bank.
Yeah.
So hindi naman kami trading na I have to, make money, rotate.
The nature of your business.
Yeah. And then the second time, actually, I don't really remember when was it, but it's somewhere at the back of my brain, alam kong nangyari ulit. Pero it's not as impossible as the first situation. The first situation was impossible. It's a God-sized problem. And the miracle happened right after I prayed. That day, tumawag sa akin.
Galing, no? Galing. Tsaka yung mga hindi pa nag-uusapan. I have a friend, if you see him, he's very successful, expanded na rin overseas. But our conversation is, bro, kaka-anxiety ako.
Yeah.
Tapos yung wife niya, nagkaroon din ng anxiety na nakasama ko sila. Yung wife, hindi kayang pumunta ng places na madaming tao that time. But then, those are the things na, alam mo yon, kailangan mo ng support group.
Yeah.
And this is interesting for yung emotional quotient. They found out in a study na ang pinakamababang emotional quotient, syempre yung mga bata. Hindi pa sila fully developed, especially pag nasa teens, early 20s. Pero ang second na pinakamababang emotional quotient, wala mo sino?
Entrepreneurs? Hindi.
Mga entrepreneur, CEOs.
Talaga?
Sila yung mababa. Kasi, wala silang mapag-open upan. Dahil, syempre, alam mo, mag-open sila sa mga tao nila. It's isolatory.
Yeah.
Being in business can be lonely.
Yeah.
Especially if you are starting.
Yeah.
Diba? And then you're doing everything. Ikaw yung 10, 15 things. Ikaw yung delivery boy. Ikaw yung sales. Ikaw gawin mo talaga. Tapos after that, gagaling ka na.
Yeah.
Nakakita mo na kung saan ka dapat mag-focus. O dapat focus ako. Sige, itong 5 lang muna.
Yeah.
And then the rest, mag-hire ka na.
Yeah.
And then, nandun ka na sa point na yung ginagawa mo na yung siguro the top 2 or 3 na important. And now, you're looking for someone to hire for that.
Yeah.
But yun din, baka feeling ko maging ka din. Maging Rex Mendoza ka din. Kasi you handle big clients, yung mga clients.
Yeah.
Ikaw talaga dapat.
Ikaw talaga. Because, these big clients who love dealing with you, they expect na alagaan mo sila eh.
Yeah.
Business has a lot to do with relationships. Sa amin, lalo na sa amin, pag nagbago yung point of contact from client side, yung account manager ko, hirap siya. Kasi may relationship na sila eh.
Right.
So kung yung papalit dun is meron pa siyang supplier na kaibigan na iba, papasok niya yun, papabid niya yun. So, changing the point person is a big deal. And if you're the supplier, syempre, and you're the owner pa, alam naman ni client, hindi man magbabago yung owner. So they expect you talaga na ikaw yung pupunta doon. Up to today, pag kliyente ko, pag renewal, ako yung pupunta.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I was just with Hanabishi. Hanabishi has been a 5-year client, very good client for me. And we love working with them. We've achieved first page, a lot of the number 1 keywords nila na-achieve na namin. So I personally go there all the way to Bulacan from BF Parañaque to renew the contract.
Yeah. It's di ba, medyo laging binabanggit yan eh. Why? What's your why? What's your purpose? Pero it's not just the why, it's the who.
Yeah.
Who's your inner circle?
Yes.
And who are the people na, di ba?
Yeah.
Then, yung ginagawa mo sa JCI, parang ano siya you're there to help, you're there to, but at the same time, you're building your network.
Yeah.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Diba?
Totoo yan.
That's more
Totoo yan.
important.
Yes. Big deal yun sa success.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with the EQ. If you're a CEO or you're the founder of your company, of your business, it's very hard to be able to have a normal conversation that can relate to a lot of people. Usually yung mga makakausap mo na talagang feeling mo maintindihan ka are other CEOs. Problem.
Yeah.
They're not a lot. And the bigger problem there is those who you meet rarely has the same values as you. But so if you talk with people, kahit CEO pa yan, pero magkaiba kayo ng value, hindi kayo magkakasundo. Hindi pa rin kayo magkakaintindihan. And you won't want to do business with another person who has different core values, different values than you do. So that's why it's difficult to be able to improve your EQ. But it's not impossible. Because for example, sa church, marami namang business people sa church who are also CEOs. Actually, one of the first people that I talk with are church business owners. When I have problems, concerns, how do you do this? And how do you do your planning for your children, grandchildren? Church member, kinausap ko nun.
Oh yeah.
So, it's if you look close enough, hard enough, you will find people who you can relate with and you can improve your EQ from there.
It's interesting. I just messaged someone a few weeks ago. He's probably mga siguro I don't know, mga 15 years older than us. Than me pala.
Yeah.
So, message ko, naisip ko lang siya. Wala lang, out of the blue. Message ko, sabi ko, hey, thank you so much. I just realized na I haven't thanked you.
Yeah.
Kasi magkasama kami sa church eh.
Yeah.
Ushering kami.
Oh.
Tapos, bata pa ako noon, mga early 20s, sinasama niya ako sa mga business clubs meeting.
Yeah.
Minsan yung mga speakers, sila John Kokongwei Sr.
Wow.
Iba-ibang mga business owners na, ako, bata ko pa that time.
Yeah.
Isa pa nga, politics eh.
Oh.
Kinikwento nila, itong candidate na to, medyo pag naglakad siya, walang dating eh. Pero itong isa, kita mo kaagad, pagpasok pa lang ng room, yung presence niya.
Yeah.
So hindi ko naiintindihan yung time na yun. I was too young
Yeah.
to understand yung impact sa akin. And he would bring me. So I just thank him. And then when my business went bankrupt, he didn't give me a single centavo because I didn't ask.
Yeah.
But when we had coffee, he gave me so much more than money can buy kasi he gave me emotional support and then the wisdom.
Yeah.
Huwag ka muna mag-business.
Yeah.
Mag-ano ka muna, mag-recover ka muna, pahinga ka muna.
Yeah.
And huwag ka magmumukhang kawawa. Kasi lalayuan ka ng tao, feeling lang, uutangan mo sila. Which hindi ko naman
Good
ginawa
advice.
that time. You have to fail with dignity, grace, and self-respect. Mga ganon na parang makakapagsabi lang naman yan sa'yo yung mga pinagdaanan din eh.
Yeah.
Anyway, marami kasi din, pag hindi pinagdaanan, Sean, I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Pero, alam mo na hindi nila pinagdaanan,
You don't
kaya
get it. Yeah.
hindi maintindihan. And minsan, may kausap ka, hindi na nagsasalita eh, kasalta ka lang, kwento ka, kikinig ka sa'yo. Tapos kita mo sa mata nila, I know what you're going through. 2 days ago, I went to a funeral. Sad, no? Namatay yung brother niya. So yun nandun, ihinag ko lang siya, tapos nagsasalita, uy, thank you, ganyan. This means a lot na I was there. Pero tahimik lang ako, hinag ko lang siya. Kasi namatayan na rin ako ng my dad and mom passed away. Tapos we had several na yung immediate family. So I know eh. Pero some people say the stupidest things in funerals. Okay lang yan, namatay. Ano na siya, he lived a full life, di ba?
Oo, yeah.
You don't say that eh.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you don't say anything at all. But to wrap up na, thank you, Shana. Kaya pala maingay kasi I just came from a speaking engagement and then we're here at the venue. The event is still there. But Sean, as someone, for example, na nagsastart pa lang ng business, and then they are asking you for advice, these people na nahihirapan talaga sila.
Yeah.
Eh, ikaw pinagdaanan mo yan. No? What would you tell these people?
Medyo mahirap yung tanong na yun. But
Maybe 2-3 things, alam ko madami.
marami. For me, pinaka-importante talaga. And it might sound, too far-fetched to some. But the most important thing, at least for me personally, in my 14-year journey, is your faith in God. Kasi pag wala yun, I think wasak na ako by now. I don't think SEO Hacker will be where it is today if it's not for my relationship with God. That is paramount to everything else that I do. Paramount yun. And then, secondly, you have to have your conviction has to be whole. Hindi pwedeng iniisip mo, okay pa ba tong ginagawa ko o hindi na okay? Atras abante yung utak mo tsaka yung puso mo. It's gonna be hard to do it that way because if you don't have full conviction, you're bound to not think about solutions. You're bound to think about option B and C. Meaning, yun yung lifeboat mo na. Parang exit plan. Hindi ganun na negosyo eh. If you want to do business well, you have to have full conviction, have the strategies in place for your next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It will be a lot easier for you to do it if your conviction is whole. And it would be a lot harder for your competitors as well if your conviction is whole. Mahirap ka habulin, mahirap ka talunin kasi buong-buo yung loob mo dun sa negosyo. Now, merong precedent yun. Kailangan nasa tamang negosyo ka. I always tell starting entrepreneurs, choose the right business because when you choose a business, you're gonna be there for 5, 10, 15 years minimum. So if you choose the wrong business, maliit lang kinikita, maraming kalaban, hindi marami yung kliyente, even if you have full conviction, wala. It's not gonna make money, right? So there are a lot of people who want to do coffee shops, hobby shops, which are fun, but how much money does it make right now? How many competitors do you have? Right? So you choose the right business and have full conviction. And there are a lot of boring businesses right now that make a lot of money. And the owners are retiring. Mga baby boomer, mga Gen X na more advanced in years. They're retiring. So if I do it all over again, I would just buy those businesses. Get a loan from the bank to buy that business. Reframe all of the marketing strategy and the sales strategy, update it, modernize it, and then make it grow from there. So for me, you have to have the right business talaga and then have full conviction. So, ang daming tanong, no? Parang how do you have the right business? How do you choose it? So, the answer to your very difficult question, there's a lot more questions behind it. But I would stick with that. So, number one, you have to have faith in God and your relationship with Him, bantayan nyo. Your prayer life and your Bible reading time has to be daily. And you meditate on His Word. Realize that He is in full control of your life. And everything that you give Him, yun lang yung matitira. At the end of time, at the end of this world, that's all that will be remembered. Everything you do for the Lord. All of your other things, your possessions, friends, all of the moments that you've built here, memories, all of that will become nothing. And in Deuteronomy chapter 8, I think, it also says, it is the Lord God who gives you the ability to generate wealth. So, if you don't believe that, then hanggang saan ka lang? Kasi si God yung nag-aalaw sa atin ng negosyo eh. Si God yung nag-aalaw sa atin kumita ng pera. And then secondly, your conviction has to be whole in what you're doing. If hindi buo yung loob mo sa negosyo mo, huwag mo na pagpatuloy yun.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. Tsaka kita nyo naman si Sean yung humility din. Yung narinig niya yung tanong, mahirap na question yan. Tapos yung humility niya na lumuhod siya, he cried, alam niya na wala sa kanya yung sagot. Yun kasi malakas ang loob natin, and we're also humble in a sense na we know that we don't have all of the answers, but we seek those answers from other people and of course kay God. Maganda din yung sinabi mo na parang you are in the wrong business. Actually, tama eh. Yung tatlong, yun eh.
Yeah.
Dahil kung nasa tama kang business, then go ahead, continue. Pero kung nasa mali kang business, maybe it's about time to cut your losses.
Yeah.
And move on. Hey Sean, thank you so much. I know ang dami natin pwedeng pag-usapan,
Oo nga.
which ginagawa natin. I think a podcast episode will last like 5-10 hours.
Yeah.
But it's such a privilege talking to someone like you na kahit na anong pag-usapan natin, we can just have a meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
And I feel also, sabi mo, hindi, konti lang yung makikita mo din na paras kayo ng values.
Yeah.
Pwede kayong magkaibigan, ako din may maganon, pero I won't do business with them. But I feel na pagdating sa values, we're pretty much aligned.
Yeah.
Hey, maraming salamat. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, and it's my privilege to be here with you all and with you, Jason.
Sean C., thank you. You are listening to The Unique Life. And we will see you in the next episode.
See you.